everyone. I want y'all to join me today on a journey of entitled Living as a Single Mom in a Mobile Home. Just kind of tell you my experience about it and, what I can introduce to y'all and some things I can share with y'all. So just let you know, my name's Kimberly Shipley, and, thank each and every one of y'all, for joining me. And, this is inspiring to me to send you this message today. I'm just here to talk about, the topics that just combines living in a mobile home, of what I have learned, the innovation and the financial, responsibilities, saving money, how that can help you living, as a single mom. Of course, I'm widowed, if you've watched my channel before. This isn't a lifestyle change or a choice. It's a journey towards empowerment and financial savings, being stability. My home's paid off. It's a journey many single parents, are undertaking and doing right now today. And I want to share with y'all my journey of being a single parent. So let's, just dive into this and how mobile home living can be a strategic move, for saving us money and, while providing, a stable and a safe, environment, nurturing home environment for us and, our children, our family, and things like that. So let's go on into this and let's talk about this. So, I want you to understand the financial, the situation of this. It's the landscape of your home. And like I own my own home, I do have the land with it. But, of course, some people does have to live in a mobile home park. And acknowledge the financial challenges, facing me as a single mom. I often face, I'm balancing a household, I'm balancing expensive. I don't have to be out a lot of childcare cost, but some people does, some moms. And, the savings can be overwhelming, especially if you're living in a mobile home and saving and your home's paid off faster, it's a little cheaper. According to recent studies, I've heard housing is frequently the single largest expense in a household. And how rent and stuff has went up, to get into your budget, and it often consumes more, I heard, than 30% of your income. I'm saying that's even higher right now. But one question is, that arises, how can we do it and make it a safe, comfortable housing more affordable? And I think mobile home living is maybe an option. And I don't know how you feel about that way, but living in a mobile home has got its advantages over that. And personally, my home is now paid off, and I don't have that payment on my back. And it helps out. Mobile homes present an exciting opportunity. They can offer a unique blend of, being affordable, the affordability, the independence, and, even a community living. For some people, it's living in a mobile home park. That helps out based upon, uniting with other people that have similarities for you. The cost of mobile homes is significantly lower compared to, just a traditional house. And, and sometimes they are a little higher. You got to really watch. They often come with, lower purchase prices or even rental rates. And yeah, the rental rates on mobile homes is cheaper if you're renting than a house. And, which can be drastically reduce your monthly expenses, living expenses. Moreover, mobile home, often include utilities, communities, and, amenities, especially if you're living in a mobile home park, which, again, I don't. I live out in the country. I own my own home. But it can for some people, and which can, further cut down on overall cost and, food, things like that, light bill, and, you got to live. And, there's a lot of just, more financial benefits for this. By opting for a mobile home, the savings can be potentially just considerably less money, and we all want to save money. And if you're like me, saving money, less money on, our house means more for resources, for essentials like education, for our children, and sometimes ourselves if you're looking for education for yourself. Healthcare is high. And, hey, never know about a rainy day. If you want to travel, for anything, school clothes. With lower monthly expenses, it becomes easier to manage in debts. And, just build the financial cushion that we all need to protect us. And, you never know what's going to be in the unforeseen futures of emergencies. Anything can happen. You never know when you get sick. You never know, what's going to happen tomorrow. Everything's so unexplained. I know from personal experience, these savings can allow, I don't know, maybe sometimes reinvestments for our future, be it through further, in education, for my son later down the road. If I ever wanted to start a small business like here on YouTube, or just, simply just, something to nurture my life better with my child. And, you never know about, new experiences you're going to have. But, I was widowed and, now raising my son by myself, so I'm doing this at a cheaper quality of life.
What does widow mean?
Widow means that I lost my spouse to death.
What does spouse mean?
Your dad. But the savings and stuff, can help in just a closer knit community for everyone.
So spouse means someone's husband?
Yes, or wife. And, excuse me, sorry, I was telling my son, and support, and, you get friendships sometimes out of, being in the community. And for a single mom, sometimes we do feel isolated and feel to ourselves and stuff. So sometimes that can offer a safe environment for us to, build friends and, communities with lifestyle, especially, even in a mobile home park. And that can really help out for that lifestyle with children and have those connections out there. So that's another option out there for single moms or even single dads for mobile home living. And you have activities you can do things with other kids, and of course your costly savings that really enriches you and your quality of life for the both, for you as mom, dad, and your kids like. But hey, sometimes there is challenges out there. So I do want to talk about what can be the challenges. And of course, the challenges are, excuse me, such as the stigma around living in a mobile home. Yes. Or finding, some well-maintained communities. Of course, there's stigma on looking down and living in a mobile home. And there's, you can go for the education of it and be an advocacy of sharing, positive stories. Leave a comment here of a positive story of you living in a mobile home. Engage in that. Let's show each other that it's okay to live in a mobile home. It's not considered poverty or horrible. It's saving money so we can do things like other people get to do. And that's how I feel. And, it creates a condition that we can, support each other in this network. This is my son Caleb. He's so sweet. And so, I want you as a person to be able to show that, hey, it's okay. It's no stigma to live in a mobile home. Share your experiences with it. And, we're happy here at a mobile home, aren't we, son?
Yes.
And of course, you know, I would love a beautiful, nice home, same as anybody. But, you know, the financialness and, you know, the securities of things, you know, that really shows me as a mom, I can do more for my son. We can travel more, go, you know, on trips maybe to the mountains, and, you know, be able to get out there and do things. He's playing with our dog, Teddy. And so, I mean, I just wanted to get on here and share that, you know, living in a mobile home ain't a horrible thing. Even though there's, again, so many stigmas on living in a mobile home. You know, it's for poverty, poor, this, that. You know, right now is a good time to save money. And home, you know, whether it's rent's very expensive, usually around $1,600 to $2,000 a month where I live at, in a house. And
Teddy, come here.
you know, mobile home, a lot of times you can get it cheaper. And no, we don't have to live in a mobile home mansion, but, you know, it's our home. I do the best I can to upkeep it. And, you know, this is a great future for us. So I wanted to share this today and do a little video, and I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me. Please feel free to subscribe to my channel. And I'd like to do more talks like this sometimes. But thank you again, and y'all have a great day.